if this works. See if this shit works, bro. What's up, guys? I'm trying to start this live stream. Got a new computer. See if this shit works, bro. And it is working. There we go. Perfect. What's up, guys? What's up, guys? I'm going to find a bunch of bets. I already know what people are going to say. Oh, why is YouTube up? So let's see this. I just got to change this to Google Chrome, and then hopefully this starts working. What is going on? So hopefully you guys can see my screen. Regardless, what's up? And I'm going to run through a bunch of bets. I already know what people are going to say, dude. You're live streaming during the NFL games. Well, it's not my fault. There's a shit ton of NBA games today, and there's a ton of NBA value. I don't know why the NBA had like no games all week, and then they decide to schedule them all today. But regardless, let's kind of see what we got. Let's see if we can get into some bets. Again, I explained this in the previous live stream, but Odds Jam is going to have a new home probably on January 1st, so there's a lot of shit I can't say for the next 2 weeks. So long story short, I'm streaming without comments until then, but regardless, appreciate everyone who joined. I know we got a ton of NFL games going on, and, you know, hopefully we're able to get a lot of good bets locked in on this live stream. So let's see what book we want to start out on. What book do we want to start out on? So this play, like, I already gave it out on Twitter. A lot of college basketball today. So let's go back here. Let me just make sure this this stream is working. I got a new computer. Yeah, we're fucking dialed in. So let's go here and let's see if we can get some bets. Again, you can feel free to DM me on Twitter. Any questions? Also, just let me know what sports books you guys want to look at. I'm going to try to rip some PrizePicks plays, some Fliff plays, a bunch of different books. So the first play we have is in the San Francisco versus Loyola Chicago game. Malik Thomas over 17.5 points. So let's go here. And let's just see if we can put some plays together. So Malik Thomas, this is in San Francisco versus Loyola Chicago. So let's put together some plays. You can see Fliff has Thomas's over. They have his over listed at plus money, plus 100 odds. Underdog odds. When you're betting at plus 100, you know, you got to win 50% of your bets or more to break even. You're betting 100 to win 100. So if you win 50%, you're just going to break even. But if you look here, like we're getting underdog odds. If we're winning over 50% of our wagers at plus 100, our bet's going to be profitable. Every other sportsbook, Caesars, BetOnline, FanDuel, I mean, these are multi-billion-dollar companies. All these other sportsbooks have his over favored. They have Malik Thomas's over favored. So that's the first play I want to get locked in, or, you know, we'll include in a parlay. Damn, it would be nice to have a good winning day today. But regardless, so let's include this in a play. I assume this is a promo on Better. So I'll look at Better here in a sec, but let's see what else we kind of like. So we have Malik Thomas over 17.5 points, and then, you know, we got to kind of figure out what else do we want to put together. Josh Hart, Porzingis under 1.5 blocks. Ernest Jones, so we have some football plays for the late night games. Let's go here. Let me look at the optimizer too. So again, all that Odds Jam's going to do is it just scans all these sports books. It's going to point out value discrepancies. So like here's the Wendell Carter play. I already gave that out. I guess they didn't move it, but I want to rip through a bunch of bets. So let me just shut up for a second. Let's go. So here we have a first quarter play, Drew Holiday. So this is in a Celtics game. Over 2.5 first quarter points. Man, I didn't even realize Fliff had first quarter points, but I guess they recently added them. First quarter points. Yeah, so I think these are new, and there's some decent value. I mean, again, you know, the first step I use when I'm betting on sports and trying to find good bets is, you know, I want to make sure all my plays have value. All these books set their own lines. So you essentially have hundreds of data points just on where the line should be set. So, I mean, there's all these different player props. There's all these different betting markets, even for just one game. There's all this random crap you can bet on. So kind of the first step I like to use is just making sure, like, yo, you know, does this play even have the best value in the market? So you can see FanDuel, they have the over as a much bigger favorite, minus 150, whatever. Let's get it locked in. Let's just start out with a simple parlay. Then I'll look at some other sports books as well. So Fliff has a max bet size of $500. So maybe let's throw $495 on it and move on to a different book. So we got our first play locked in. Oh boy. Oy. So we got our first play locked in, but what I want to do now is let's see if we can find this better promo. So let's go here, let's go to better. And if I don't have the promo, you know, I'll try to give out another slip regardless, because I assume a lot of other people have the promo. So big bonus special, get $20 for every $200 you bet. Okay, whatever, I'm opted into that. And let's see what we can find for tonight. So Josh Jacobs, and it looks like I'm just not going to get the promo. Whatever. I'm going to give out a slip on better. Obviously, tail it if you want to tail it. But if you do have the Josh Jacobs promo, again, I don't know. Sometimes they selectively give users promos, so it's kind of annoying because I'll see the play on OddsJam. But I can't actually bet it. So let's go here, and let's just see if we can get in a decent slip. So let's actually go here. Let me get rid of Fliff, and let's build a better slip. Oh, baby. So, like, for example, the first play we have is Harrison Barnes under 10.5 points. And then we also have some NFL plays for tomorrow. So we have Brock Bowers over 6.5 receptions. I mean, obviously that's a pretty high line. And we have 2 NFL games tomorrow. So Raiders, Falcons. So let's go here. And I do like this pick for tomorrow. So again, the way that better works is this line isn't available on PrizePicks. At least I don't think it is. I assume PrizePicks probably has his line bumped higher to 7 or something like that. But let's see. So Brock Bowers, they just don't even have a lineup. They only have a receiving lineup for him. But let's go back here and let's go to better and let's get a slip locked in. So again, the way that better works is it's a fixed payout sportsbook. You know, you take Bowers over, under, you're going to get the same payout regardless. So all OddsJam does is, consolidate all these lines from all these different sportsbooks. Every sportsbook, I mean, you have hundreds of data points. Bet Online, BetMGM, all these books, they all got as over heavily favored. Independent data points. But what I want to do now is ideally we can find some picks that we want to pair in with it. So let's see what we can do. Brock Bowers over 6.5 receptions, and then we just kind of got to determine some other options. So we have Geno Smith, longest passing completion. Kind of random market, but I don't have a problem with it, and it has good value. Again, the first step I'm going to do is there's not millions, but on better, there's probably thousands of lines you can bet at any given time. So, the first step I like to use is just, let's make sure these plays actually have value. So we have longest pass and Brock Bowers. Damn, bro, Brock Bowers is already gone. So now I need to start moving quicker. But again, checks out from a value perspective. All the sports books have Geno's under, heavily favored. And now let's just kind of rip through some other plays. And again, just build it alongside me if you do want to tail it. So let's go here. This play I like. So we have Knicks Magic. We have Goga under 11.5 RAs. So if you kind of look at the sports book, sometimes it's interesting to pull up these line movement charts, based on lineups, injuries, positive and negative effect schedule. That's definitely not something I'm trying to Google right now. So let's go here. And now we have 2 picks so far in this slip. So I got 2 picks so far in my slip, but what I want to do is ideally we can find some other plays, try to get a 5-pick entry, because that's like the optimal slip type on better. The optimal slip type is a 5-pick entry. So I got 2 picks so far, and let's just kind of keep rolling. Derek White over in PAs and Luka under. I mean, again, I don't really care what sport I'm betting on. If there's better value on the NBA bets, I'll run NBA bets. If there's better value, you know, on NFL plays, I'll run NFL plays. So we got Luka under 17.5 RAs. Again, checks out from a value perspective. FanDuel, a little more aggressive relative to Caesars. Again, all these sports books, they have slightly different customer bases. They're taking different bets. You know, so they'll have slightly different prices, but regardless, you can see all these books have his under heavily favored. And then we just need one final pick that we can kind of pair in to get this 5-pick entry locked in. Julius Randle over 6.5 rebounds. Do we like Julius Randle? Do we like Julius Randle? Or, so let's see. Or would we prefer to fade Julian PRAs? So let's take a look at this. I mean, Better has his line at 18.5. You can see all these other sports books, fantasy sites, Underdog Fantasy, like all these other books have his line, you know, at 17.5. So sure, let's get this locked in and let me just run this as a 5-pick entry. Make sure nothing got bumped. Nothing's been bumped. You do want to be careful because they will just like bump these lines without telling you. So here we have it, little 5-pick entry, and let me just get this locked in. Max entry size of $100. Okay, so let's get this locked in. Again, I don't know what the fuck it is when I'm live streaming. I don't know what it is, man. But sometimes when I'm live streaming, it doesn't work. But there we go. So now I got it locked in. 5-pick entry. $100 to win. $2,000. And that's the max bet size they gave me. And again, I've said this before, so I'm not trying to dwell on it because I know other people have joined these streams before. But they only let me bet $100 per day, so now I'm done for the day on Better. But let's kind of head back here. Again, there's like a billion sports books on OddsJam. Some of these books I've been limited on, BetMGM, BetRivers, whatever. Some of these books I'm limited on, but I try to use a bunch of books on these live streams. And I'm about to go home to Virginia. Full Christmas. So once I get home to Virginia, maybe I'll do some Virginia sports books as well, like Bet365 and shit. You know, some college football value. There was actually some pretty crazy college football value kind of popping up on Fliff. If you take a look here, it's pretty interesting because basically all of it. Nope. Let's go here. Let's go here. Let's go back to Fliff. I'm trying to rip plays quick, bro. So let's go here to the Ohio State game. I'll give you a simple example. Again, game's still 6 days away, but I don't know what to tell you. If there's good value, there's a good chance they're going to move it. There's a good chance they're going to move it, but where is this? So we have passing touchdowns. You can see like Fliff. You want to think about this from a market perspective. They have Howard's over favored. They got his over favored, over 1.5 passing touchdowns. They got it favored. So let's go here, and let's go to the Ohio State game. Ohio State, minus 275 against Tennessee. Damn. But if you look under passing props, Fliff has his over favored. Every other sportsbook, I have minimum number of data points on this optimizer set to 2. Right? You want to make bets because you'll have higher confidence in your edge when there's more sportsbooks posting lines that are all telling you like, hey, this sportsbook's fucking up. So you can see on FanDuel, you know, Fliff has this over favored. They have his over 1.5 passing touchdowns favored. All these other books have his under as like a minus 140 favorite, a much bigger favorite. You know, we're getting this at minus 110. Other sports books have his under favored at minus 140. That seems like a great play to go with. And you can see here, plus 106, minus 140 is FanDuel's market. So if you remove the VIG, this is how all sports books make money, right? They charge a spread called the VIG. So FanDuel has a 34-cent spread in their market. So you just remove the VIG. The fair price on the under is minus 120. We're getting minus 110, so this is a profitable bet, positive EV bet. But obviously, I mainly want to focus on bets for today. I'll get something locked in now that we already have it selected, and then I'll start moving faster. Because I already know I'm going to have some DMs on Twitter like, bro, you talk way too much. So what we can do is, again, like, I'm already on this Wendell Carter play shit, man. So let's go here. And let's see if we can get something good in. What other books do I want to add and remove? Some of these books have the same odds as one another, so I just filter them out. So I just filter them out of Odds Jam. But let's go back here and let's see what we can find. Oh, shit. Wemby over 4.5 assists, plus 215 on Fliff. I'm going to give that 1 second. Because what I want to do is let's go here. Let's just look at games for today. And let's see what we can find. So, like, Cat, under 13.5 rebounds. I mean, I assume most books probably just have Cat's line lower in the first place. Obviously, he's been grabbing boards like fucking crazy. But let's go here. So, we have Karl Anthony Towns, under 13.5 rebounds. We're getting this at minus 135 on Fliff. Where do most books have his main line? You can usually tell, like, this isn't a book's mainline market because they're only offering a one-way market, like on DraftKings. They have his line at plus 110. So his over 13.5 rebounds is the underdog outcome. But if we go here to, like, Karl Anthony Towns, you know, you can see most of these sports books have the main line lower at 12.5. DraftKings pick 6, you know, whatever. But what I was going to say is a lot of these sports books like FanDuel, they'll post alternate lines. So if you go here... Anyways, let me just get this locked in. I'm running it. It's a 2-pick parlay. Obviously, you can run them both as straight bets, or you can just straight up not include the Will Howard play, and you can just run Cat as a straight bet. But if you go to the Knicks game, it's like, okay, like, you know, if you look at the mainline markets, like Cat's at 12.5 on FanDuel with the under favored. So they just have the line in a different place. But again, FanDuel now has alternate markets. They now have alternate markets, so you can go to the alt markets, and you can see they have us under 13.5. Obviously, that's going to be a bigger favorite than under 12.5 at minus 182. We're getting this at minus 135. And it's a crossed market, and it's arbitrage. So, you know, again, whenever the markets cross, like arbitrage betting is a strategy. It's a strategy I started sports betting with. It's basically just like, you know, when two sports books have such different odds that you can bet the over on one book or equal and opposite outcomes. ProfitX is a new betting exchange, but like, you know, good enough example is it's when two sports books have such different odds that, you know, you can hedge to guarantee a profit. You can bet the over on one book, the under on another book, and guarantee a profit. But you can see Karl Anthony Towns, it looks like his under just keeps getting ripped to being a bigger and bigger favorite. So this is a crossed market. By definition, you know one of these two bets has to be profitable. Same thing here. Like, you know, you could go to Fliff, you could go to FanDuel, you could bet on Fliff, Western Kentucky. On FanDuel, you could bet on JMU, which my mom went to college at, and you're going to make a risk-free profit, right? You're going to guarantee a profit. Because these sports books have such different odds, you can hedge to guarantee a win. But, like, you know one of these two bets has to be profitable. Either JMU minus 160 or, you know, Western Kentucky at plus 165, because you could bet both in the proper proportion and guarantee a risk-free profit. Although in this case, it seems pretty clear. You know, it seems pretty clear that the value's on the FanDuel side it seems pretty clear the value's on the FanDuel side at minus 160. So in this case, you'd probably rather run the FanDuel side of the ARB. But let's go back and let's see what other plays we want to get locked in for tonight. What do we want to do? So the Wemby line already moved down from plus 215 to plus 200. So let me just hide that. And let's see what else we can put together. Let's see. So this is for the night game. Grizzlies, Lakers. Yo, what the fuck is up with LeBron? Where is LeBron? But let's go here and let's see if we can put a play together. So this is an alternate PRA line. I mean, you can see his regular line on Fliff is 35.5. But again, all these books have alt lines, and, you know, sometimes there's better value on the alt lines. So maybe let's get this locked in, and then I do want to look at a bunch of sports books on this stream. So then maybe we'll move on to another book. So we have Ja over 39.5 PRAs, right? We're getting plus 160. No other book offering above plus 128. FanDuel has a 44-cent spread in their market, right? They have 44 cents of juice. These sports books are stockbrokers. That's how they make money. Plus 128, minus 172. So, FanDuel's market plus 128, minus 172. You strip out the VIG to get the no VIG odds, the fair odds with the VIG removed, plus 144. We're getting plus 160, so this bet is plus EV. But the question is, what else do we want to pair with it? And again, I bet, kind of like a degenerate. I got the money to bet a little bit like a degenerate, so I'm going to bet a little bit like a degenerate. Obviously, you don't have to tail the cat play again if you don't want to. But what I want to do is let's get in a crazy parlay with this Ja Morant line. All OddsJam's going to do, right, this positive EV tool, put in the sportsbooks you use. Fucking simple. It's just going to scan the data. Like, there's no personal opinion. There's no biases. There's no bullshit. It's just going to scan the books and point out value. Point out big discrepancies in odds. So plus 160 is beautiful. It's solid. But the question is, what else do we want to go with? So I'm not going to run this cat line again. And let's see. Unsurprisingly, also value on Ja's regular line, but let's see what else. Is there anything else we really like, man? So Curry, bro. So you can get this line on better as well. This line's on better as well. But Fliff has no, the word I like to use is they have no lean in their market. Like, they're giving you the same price. The same odds on Curry's over and his under. It's just minus 120, minus 120. So they're basically telling you through their market, through their odds, that like, hey, Curry's equally likely to go over or under. However, if you look at every other sports book like Bovada, Pinnacle, Bovada's a little more aggressive on the under than FanDuel. All these books set their own lines. So if we go here, we can actually put in a bunch of different sports books, just kind of see how has the market been moving. So, you can see like Pinnacle right here, which it's known to be a pretty sharp book. Like, they've ripped this under to being a much bigger favorite around minus 159. So let's hit this. Fuck. And did I miss it, bro? And I missed it because they just moved down to 24 and a half. Fuck. That's annoying. That is very annoying. Wendell Carter play, we're already on that. So maybe we run Wemby. Again, they already bumped the alt line, which is a little annoying, but we have Wemby over 3.5 assists. Fliff is the only book with this under favored. They have the under priced at minus 145, right? Every other book, FanDuel, Caesars, like most of these other sports books have Wemby's over an assist as a pretty heavy favorite. So let's go here and let's just lock in this. And then what I want to do is what do we want to do, man? Maybe let's do a PrizePicks slip. I'll try to cover all the main books that I usually do. So there's also some rebet plays. And that's my team right there, the Washington Wizards. Fuck, man. So again, on Fliff, you want to use Fliff Cash. Fliff coins are fake money, but let's go here and let's go to rebet. And maybe we can get in some rebet plays. Let me just zoom in a little bit. So this is another sports book that, it's another sports book that it's legal basically in every state. I think it's legal every state except 2. It's definitely not legal in Nevada. Nevada actually, it's surprising. You would think Nevada is like one of the best states for online sports betting. It's actually one of the worst. But we have this bet on the Wizards, which, okay, like let's get this locked in. Maybe we can parlay it together. And then, and these are tight markets. These are mainline markets. You can see the markets really rip towards the over in this Trailblazer Suns game. Like, Pinnacle actually has the exact same odds as ProfitX. But these are tight mainline markets. I mean, small edges, but not, you know, it's not like these plays are crazy. But let's go here. And this was in the Trailblazer Suns game. So that's another night game. So we have Trailblazer Suns, and let's see how much they let us bet. How much are they going to let me bet? So over 229 points. Let's hit this shit. And this would be a little two-pick parlay. We got the Wizards, and then we got the over. You could run them both as straight bets, too. I mean, if a bet is plus EV profitable, it's going to be good to go in a parlay or as a straight bet. And there we go. We got it locked in. Or I was able to get it locked in. There's just a little two-pick parlay. Rebet, sportsbook that is available, legal, whatever, in basically every state. But let's try to hit a PrizePicks slip. Because there is some good value on PrizePicks. I use all these different fantasy sites. Dabble, PrizePicks, whatever. Because again, like you just don't know. Is PrizePicks going to have better value on a given day, or is Dabble? And they're legal in basically the same states. They also run different promos from one another. Sometimes PrizePicks has better promos. Sometimes it's Fliff, etc. But anyways, we got Cameron Payne in his first play. Kind of random market. Cameron Payne under 2.5 assists. And then we have Peyton Pritchard under 2.5 assists. 3.5 assists. I apologize for Pritchard. Fading Peyton Pritchard is scary. But let's see what we can kind of put together. Let's see what we can put together. So again, PrizePicks, you know, the first thing I like to do when I'm on PrizePicks is see if there's any like good correlation opportunities. So what do I mean by that? What I mean by that is like, you know, I'll just give you a simple example. Although this may not be the best correlated pair to include. Okay. So let's see. PrizePicks is interesting because, well, let's go here. No college football today. No college football. Till Tuesday, we got the West Virginia game on Tuesday. But if we go here, and what do I want to do? Why are you showing me live lines? So let's look at the Green Bay Seattle game. I don't want to bet live. Live betting is stressful because the lines are always moving around really quickly. But long story short, like, you know, this actually seems solid. I mean, we missed Brock Bowers. We missed his over on better. I mean, if you were on this stream, they ended up bumping that a bit. PrizePicks has Bowers line at 64.5. He's gone over, you know, whatever, 2 out of the past 5 games. Obviously, that's priced into the market. Most of the PrizePicks is offering the best line on Bowers. They have him at 64.5. All these other sports books, DraftKings, whatever, Fliff, Bovada, Bet Online, Pinnacle, known to be the sharpest sports book. This is known to be the sharpest, the smartest sports book. They have his line not only 4 yards higher, they have the over as a slight favorite. But let's go here. And let's see, what about the quarterback? Do they even have the Raiders quarterback listed? That's the problem. They may not even have the quarterback listed. So, obviously, they don't even have the QB fucking listed. Are you kidding me? So, we're not going to be able to correlate it because they don't have the QB listed. That's bullshit. So, let's go here. And let's just see what are other options. And then let me just think about it. Obviously, I want to pick the best possible play. Myers, again, they don't have the quarterback listed. What may not be a bad idea, honestly, is this. So let's go here to Drake London. Let's get Kirk in. My celebrity lookalike, Kirk Cousins. So we got 2 plays so far. Fuck, dude. Why are they always doing this shit? They're always trying to get me to deposit money. But what I was going to say is, like, PrizePicks, you'll notice, usually they give you a 3x payout for a 2-man. We couldn't run this 2-man anyways since we need players on, we need 2 players from different teams, so I can't even lock this in anyways. But they're adding in a payout shift. However, if you were to run a 4-pick power play, there's no payout shift. They always give you a 10x payout for a 4-pick power play. Whereas if you run a 5-pick flex play, they try to reduce it to 8x. Again, for a 5-pick flex play, they usually give you a 10x payout. Now they're reducing it down to 8x, and then for a power play, they usually give you 20x when you're not doing any type of correlation. But again, correlation is pretty simple. Like, it's a big word, but it's pretty simple. Is because PrizePicks has fixed payouts, when you are not getting a payout shift, the Eagles are steaming, bro. Bills driving, 2nd and goal on the Detroit 2. Maybe these games aren't so bad. But what I was going to say is, again, they're not pricing in correlation. So FanDuel also doesn't have the Raiders quarterback listed. But it's pretty simple, right? Like, if Cousins goes under, Drake London is a lot more likely to go under. So FanDuel only gives you a plus 158 payout on your 2-pick parlay. Cousins, London, under. FanDuel has the exact same odds. Like, they have the same odds on London's over or his under. So you'd think the parlay should be the same odds. They literally double the payout because, these plays would make no sense to pair. So these plays would make no sense to pair together, right? On PrizePicks, because again, PrizePicks is going to give us 10x regardless. So obviously, if we want to take Cousins under, we want to take Drake London under. But anyways. So that's, long story short, that's correlation. But what I want to do now is I want to finish this slip. So if you look at Cameron Payne, let's go here. Let's get a slip locked in. So let's go to, this is the Knicks Magic game. Cameron Payne, under 2.5 assists, right? Like, on PrizePicks, we're going to be getting a 10x payout on this play. We're going to be getting a 10x payout on this slip. Right? Not for a 3-man. I still need to find one more play to include. But, Cameron Payne, I take his over. I take his fucking under. I'm still getting a 5x payout, right? I'm getting the same payout regardless. All these sports books, Bet Online's known to be a really sharp book, Caesars, they all have his under heavily favored. So even if you don't use these other books, they're a source of information or whatever you want to call it. But what I want to do is finish off this slip with a play that I do kind of like. Luka first quarter points. So Luka over 6.5 first quarter points. All these books have his over heavily favored. Sleeper, a little more aggressive than FanDuel. Not as many books post first quarter player prop lines. But again, all these books have his over heavily favored. And these sports books are sources of information. They're taking wagers from all their customers, adjusting their odds, their lines, their market, based on where action's coming in. So we got a little 4-pick power play on PrizePicks. Luka first quarter points over, Cameron Payne under 2.5 assists, and then fade London, fade Kirk Cousins. But what I want to do is I want to run this shit. Oh boy. So we got it locked in. Low PrizePicks slip. Let's go to Fliff. Let's head over to Fliff. And let's see if there's anything else that we're in love with on Fliff for tonight. Porzingis under 1.5 assists, man. So we don't have a ton of time left. I mean, here's another example. This is what, I call it, or it's the correct term, but it's a locked market, right? Like, you can get Hearts under 11.5 points at minus 140. So you're betting 140 to win 100. You can get his over 11.5 points at plus 140. You're betting 100 to win 140 on FanDuel. So, there's no hold in the market, right? This is a no-vig market between sportsbooks. One of those two bets has to be profitable. Betting is over 100 to win 140, or betting is under 140 to win 100. But anyways, what I want to do is let's head over to Fliff. And let's see if we can get a play in with fading Josh Hart. So let's go here. We have Josh Hart under 11.5 points. Again, FanDuel, which is known to be a pretty sharp book when you're betting on player props. They have the under at minus 205. Could also fade his PA line, but whatever. Whatever. And then we just want to find one more pick that we can kind of lock in. Ernest Jones. Over 7.5 tackles plus assists. This is in the Packers game. So let's go to the Packers game. Whoops, I did not mean to include the under. So let's go to the Packers game. And fuck it. Ernest Jones over 7.5 tackles plus assists, minus 130 on Fliff. All these other sports books have this minus 176, whatever. This seems solid. So we'll run this. Is there anything else we're in love with? Devin Vassell, meh. I wish I streamed earlier, but whatever. So like here's another example. I mean, if you wanted to. Obviously, you could just lock in this current play, but if you wanted to, you could lock in Ja over 35.5 PRAs as well. Fliff's the only book with the under favored. All these other sports books, you know, they're telling you through their odds that his over should be the heavy favorite. That seems solid, but we've already locked in Ja, so maybe I'll just run this as a 2-pick. And then we can kind of move on to dabble. So again, like sometimes you'll see the same picks on PrizePicks and Dabble because they work basically the same way. You know, these are fixed payout sports books. So, you know, if they have the same line, if all the sports books have the under heavily favored, like this looks great in a PrizePick slip, it also would work in a Dabble slip or a Better slip. And it's available on Dabble, Better, or PrizePick, so you could include it in any of them. Same thing with Geno Smith under longest passing completion. But let's see. Let's see what we can do. So let me go over to Dabble. Again, minimum number of data points to 2. Honestly, there's nothing really crazy. There's a little bit of value, so let's hit Dabble. And let's kind of get this locked in. So we have Geno longest passing completion. Where are you, baby boy? Longest passing completion, under 35.5. So again, I think on Fliff, this was called like longest pass. Or on Better, it was called longest pass. So it's kind of the same thing, right? Like longest pass, longest passing completion. So OddsJam will just kind of like synchronize all that shit. So then we have Peyton Pritchard. PrizePicks actually just removed this line, it looks like. Or they did, that's why we didn't include it in our slip, or we didn't have the option to, is all these books have his under heavily favored, so it checks out from a value perspective. So let's go here to Pritchard. So we have Pritchard under 3.5 assists. Damn, he had 10 assists last game. 2 assists each of the games before. Obviously, there's, you know, we're just trying to find, I'm always just trying to find picks with an edge. I'm aware not every single bet is going to win, but if I'm finding bets with an edge, let the math work itself out. You know, you'll win long term. So these 3 picks seem solid all to pair together. Each one has an edge. So the reason that, you know, the reason that Dabble is minus 122 odds, so this is what I'm locking in on Dabble. Again, I'm going to have to disconnect my phone. Is they're giving us a 6x payout, right? We take his over, under. We're still getting a 6x payout. So let's go here. Let me play this. Again, I don't know what it is with OBS. It always fucks it up. But that's fine. So I got this locked in. They give me a max bet size on Dabble of 47.25. I used to give out literally infinite bets on Dabble. But unfortunately, they limited my max bet size. So we have Peyton Pritchard under, right? They're giving us a 6x payout here. Damn, 26 people have already tailed. Let's go. Let's go. But they're giving us a 6x payout. So again, on Dabble, The reason it says minus 122 when you're kind of looking at odds jam, so it was actually a slightly better price on Better, but again, I already hit my max betting limit, so I'm not going to be able to play more slips on Dabble, is, you know, if you build a 3-leg parlay on a sports book where every leg is minus 122, your parlay is going to come out to a 6x payout. So because Dabble gives you a 6x payout for any 3-pick parlay, they're basically just charging you minus 122 juice on whatever pick you select on the board. NBA, NFL, whatever. Any 3-man, you're getting a 6x payout, so every pick on the board is essentially minus 122 odds. Which you can probably kind of see. Is there anything around minus 120? Not really. Anyways, whatever. It's not important enough. Shit's not important enough. Yeah, it's not important enough. But regardless, we got this Dabble slip locked in. And it's already gone. These books are scared, bro. These books are fucking scared. But that's okay. So let's go back to Fliff. Anything else we're in love with? I mean, not really. I'll probably drop some other plays on Twitter. Again, I've had a long week. Appreciate everyone. And, you know, hope you have some great plans for the holidays. And I really look forward to January when I can kind of get back to, you know, really the grind after the holidays and stuff like that. So thanks so much to everyone who joined, and, you know, have a great rest of your day.